Hi, it's Natasha and welcome to my February and March reading wrap-up. I didn't do a February one because at the end of February, well, beginning of March, when I was going to do the wrap-up, I got COVID. So I was pretty ill. So I spent the week just lying in bed and things. So I thought I'd have to put one together. Just have a sip of this. Sorry about the lighting. I can't get it to stay focused. So anyway, I read 5 books. No, I read 6 books in February. And let me just try and move this way a bit. Oh, no. 5 books in Feb, 6 books in February and 5 books in March. I'll start off with February. First one I read was, I'm going to try not to move too much, What Might Have Been by Holly Miller. Now, I got this as a NetGalley book. I read the first one from Holly Miller, which was A Sight of You. I read that last year and I really enjoyed that one. This one I enjoyed as well, but not as much as the other one. This one is about, I can't remember the main character's name. I'm completely forgot because it was so long ago. But it follows the main character and it tells you the story of her life if she took different route in her life, basically. One, what would happen this if she went with one boyfriend, and one if she didn't go with their ex-boyfriend. And well, I wish that light would stop it. So basically it's like that, and then I actually enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then I read one that's been on my TBR list for ages, and it's one of my 100 books to read in a lifetime, which is 1984 by George Orwell. I listened to this on audiobook and I enjoyed the first half. The first half was okay. Then in the middle it went a bit strange, and then it picked up again. So I have no idea what went off in the middle part because I just couldn't focus on it. I was just all over the place with it. So I only gave that 3 out of 5 stars. So it was not as much as I was hoping, but it was okay. Then after that one, I read another NetGalley book, which was a graphic novel. This was The White Lady by Quentin Zouton. I hope I'm saying that right. That light is getting on my nerves. I need something there, but it's not working. Anyway, Quentin Zouton. I hope I'm saying the last name right. I have no idea. The story was okay. The story was about a carer who works in an old people's home and how she's looking after the old people, and when they die, she's been taking like a little trinket of theirs to remind her of them and things like that. But I didn't really think much to the graphics, the illustrations. It was all blue and white, mainly blue and white. They had odd things with flowers on. The fronds with flowers on was lovely, but I didn't like the the illustrations as much. So I gave that 2.5 stars. Then after that one, I read This Is Going to Hurt, which I've actually got a physical copy of. This Is Going to Hurt by Adam Kaye. I actually listened to the first one. The second one, should I say, towards the night shift before Christmas. And I enjoyed that one. And this one is obviously his first book. And I really enjoyed it, actually. It's very fun humour, straight to the point, and tells you how it is, basically. And it's nice to see what it's like to be a junior doctor and how difficult it is and how hard and how he lives his life day in, day out, just basically working. I actually watched the TV adaptation after this, and to be honest, I like the book better. The book is more fun, I'd say. The TV adaptation was a bit more miserable, should I say? Miserable. But I like the book. I gave that 4.5 out of 5 stars. The TV one, I'd give about 3. And then I read another physical copy, which it's a Lumi Crate. I got it from Lumi Crate. This is The Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. I read this as a read-along. I'll just look at that first. I just love it. I read this as a read-along with the Lumi Crate, and it's my first read-along with the Lumi Crate, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to take part in more. Now, this one is based in, supposed to be a Persia sort of world. It's a woman, and it doesn't tell you at first what's going on. She's running away, and she's hiding out as a maid. and then I can't even remember what happens now, to be honest. I had not as a maid because I think she's secretly a princess or something, and some people are trying to find her. When they find her, they're going to kill her because she's also got magic powers because she's a djinn. People don't like these djinns, and then I liked it. It was a slow burn. Most of the people who read it on my read along did not enjoy it, and quite a lot of them DF'd. But it was a slow read, a slow burn book. Everything all happened in the last few pages. There's another. This is the first in a 2-part series. I think it's 2-part as far as I'm aware. I probably will be reading the second one. I gave this 4.5 stars because I did enjoy it, but now I'm thinking back to it. I can't remember half of what happens. Not much does happen in the story until the last few pages, but I will be reading the second one. So yeah, that's that. And then, stick the light. Then I read Sue and Tai Chan. I think that's right, by Kanita Konomi. That is another graphic novel. The story is just basically about this man who has a cat called Sue, and then he adopts another little baby kitten, and how Sue and the kitten get on, basically. It's a lovely little graphic novel. The pictures are cute. The story's cute. It's just very cute, but I'm not into cute graphic novels. I like ones more with this proper deep depth of a story, if you know what I mean. But I did give this 3.5 stars. I think my kids would like this one more than I did. And then that was all. Wait a minute, I must have a drink. That was all for March. February. Do you know, my head's all over the shop. That was all for February. And the first book I read in March was Mouth to Mouth by Anthony Wilson. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. At first I was pronouncing Anthony, now I'm pronouncing it Anthony, so I don't know. This one I got from Readers First. It was about a man who's going abroad on a business trip. I think he was going abroad on a business trip, right? And then at the airport, he bumps into a friend that he used to know about 20 so years ago. And the flight is running late. They're both on the same flight, and the flight is delayed. So they go to the lounge, and he starts telling him a story about his past. And his story is about how he saved a man from drowning in the sea, and he wished he never did. And then he basically follows the man, sort of, and gets a job working for him, but I don't think the man knows who he is, because he's interested in his life and wants to find out more about his life and how come it's not been acknowledged that he nearly died, basically. No one knows about it. So it's basically about that. It's only a short story, a shortish book. It's about 180 pages. I enjoyed the story was okay, but I really enjoyed the way the author writes. So I definitely will be picking up more books by this author because the way he writes, I just really loved it. Story just okay. So yeah, 3 out of 5 stars, that one for me. And I just love the cover. Lovely. Then I read, it was audiobook I listened to, was Wild by Cheryl Strayed. And this one I read for my local book club. This one is about Cheryl. Her mum has just died. She's 26, I think. Her mum has just died, and she's just divorced her husband. She's feeling a bit lost and things. So she decides to go on this massive hike along the Pacific Crest Trail. Why is it doing that all the time? I'm not even moving backwards or forwards. Stop it! Right, along the Pacific Crest Trail, which is about 600 miles or something like that. And it's basically how she prepares for it and how she goes on it and what happens when she's on it. Obviously, she's very ill prepared, and just basically like that, and what she's like on the Pacific Crest Trail. I actually enjoyed kind of these kind of stories. I actually really enjoyed this one. It reminded me of the Salt Path. No, I did enjoy the Salt Path more. That was 5 out of 5 stars for me. This one was 4 out of 5 stars. But this is the kind of story I really enjoy listening to. I could just sit there and listen to it all day. The only thing I didn't like about it is this was a memoir as well, so it's based on a true story. I didn't like her name. Her real name is not Cheryl Strayed. It's Cheryl something else, but she changed the name to Strayed. But I hate the name Strayed. It just sounds like she's cheated on her husband, which actually she did. And it's like, well, she's not got it. Her name changed the name because she cheated on her husband. She's changed it because she strayed away from life, basically, and like went on this walk. But I don't see it. I don't get it. But anyway, I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. It was a good read, and it's also a film with Reese Witherspoon. And I've not seen the film yet, so I need to watch that. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars for that one. Then I read a physical book, but I haven't got the copy because it was from my mum, and I'll give it back now, which was Flowers in the Attic. This is by V.C. Andrews. Now, this is on my list of books to read, 100 books to read in a lifetime, but also lots of people have said this is a strange, very weird book. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Do you know what I mean? But my mum, it's my mum's favourite book, so she's been asking me to read it, and because it's on my list, I thought I'd give it a go. I quite liked it, yes. It's about this family, there's 4 kids and a woman, and the husband dies, and she has to go and live back with him. She goes and live back with her mum and dad, except for her mum and dad have already disowned her because she married her husband was actually her dad's brother. So, because her dad won't give her any of his rich, they're rich, and the dad won't give her any of his inheritance if he knows that she's come back and she has 4 kids with her dad's brother. So she hides the kids in this room towards the attic. The grandmother knows, and the grandmother brings them food every day. And basically they're living in the attic, hiding out, pretending that they don't exist. Why she is trying to build up a relationship with her father again so he will put her back in his will. He's on his deathbed and he's supposed to have only got weeks or months to live. And these kids are in this attic thinking they're going to be there for a week, so they're in there for like 2 or 3 years. And basically the mum used to come visit them every day, and then she gets less and less and less. And she starts getting married and with somebody else, and her mum is just a bitch. I was supposed to hate the grandma and the granddad, but I hated the mum. It was the mum. She was a total bitch. And I enjoyed the book. The only part I thought was left out, because everybody says about the incest part. The incest part is about the children do something. Some people say it's incest, some people say it's a bit of rape, it's a bit of both, to be honest. And to be honest, I don't think that added to the book. That didn't need to be in there. The rest of it was okay. That didn't need to be in there. It didn't add anything to the story, if you know what I mean. So that could have just been left out, and then it would have been fine. Yeah, and I gave that 3.5 stars. I would recommend reading it, just so you know what it's about. Some people just like read a bit and like, nope, not for me, but there you go. Then I read an ebook, which was from NetGalley, which is Insomnia by Sarah Pinborough. This is my second book by Sarah Pinborough. Can't say that name. Sarah Pinborough. The first one I read was Behind Her Eyes, which was also made into a Netflix drama, which I love both. I think the book was a bit better, but I did like the drama as well. It was good. This one was about a woman. It's nearly her 40th birthday, and she thinks she's starting to go crazy. Her mother went crazy in the build-up to her 40th birthday, and on her 40th birthday, she went mental and then ended up in a mental hospital, and her and her sister, they're only about 5 at the time, was put in foster care. And the same things what her mum were doing is happening to her. And she thinks she's going to go mental, just like her mum did, because her mum used to say, you're going to end up like me, to her. And everything's going on, things like that. It was very good. It was really good. And she's obviously not sleeping. That's why it's got insomnia. And she's basically going crazy. Sounds like she's going crazy. The twist at the end, I did not see coming. I did not see the twist. It's a similar twist to Behind Her Eyes, like something that you're not going to expect. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of twist. I liked it. I did enjoy it. I don't know how much I liked the twist though or not. I gave it 3.5 stars. But I would definitely read more from Sarah Pinborough. The 2 books I've read so far always seem to be really good thrillers, and at the end, a twist. The first twist on the first book I really enjoyed. This one, I don't know if I liked it or not, but I did not see both twists coming. Anyway, so 3 out of 5 stars. 3.5 out of 5 stars. And then the last one I listened to was an audiobook called The Searcher by Tanya French. I hope I'm saying the right name, right? Tanya French. Tanya, I don't know. Something French. I've only read one book by her before, which was This Secret Place, which is about some teenage girls living in a boarding school. And it had a bit of like magic to it. This one is about an ex-American cop who has gone to live in Ireland. And when it moves there, it's like a little tiny farm, little village thing with arguably, very small community. And this little 13-year-old boy comes up to him and finds out he's a cop and asks him if he can help him find his missing brother. He's got a 19-year-old brother called Brandon who's gone missing about 6 months ago or so. And he said it's not like his brother to go missing and no one seems to be bothered and he wants this cop to help him find where he is. So basically, it's about the cop just going around talking to the neighbours, trying to find out what's going on without them knowing that he's trying to find out what's going on. And that's basically all that happens. And then there's a bit of a twist at the end, which I actually saw coming. I knew what was going to happen right from the start, to be honest. It was quite easy to see. I thought it was quite easy to see, which I was actually surprised about because I thought, but anyway, I only gave it 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars for this one because it was slow going, nothing much happened, and I predicted the end. So that is it. That's the 5 books for March. My favourite, what I've read the one I read in February that my favourite would be. Oh, I was going to say This Woven Kingdom, even though I can't remember what happened in it. But I really enjoyed it as I was reading it. As soon as I shut it up, I couldn't wait to open it again. So I'll give that one my top one out of that. And the top one out of this month is definitely going to be Wild by Shel Strayed. So anyway, there's my books for February and March. Hopefully I will have more in April because it's a 2-week half term. The kids off 2 weeks for half term. So I'm hoping to catch some reading up then. And also, I think it's the 30th of April, is it? It's Dewey's Readathon, 24-hour readathon. So I'm hoping to take part in that and do a bit of 24 hours reading. I never stay awake for 24 hours because I just can't. I always fall asleep reading. So I can't wait for that. So again, if you want to see more videos about either book reviews or my book unboxings, I do odd other videos too. Please like this video, subscribe and tick the bell so you get notifications. And I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.